Hey everybody, it's Ian back with another community update. It is May 22nd, 2021, and we are in the midst of a very challenging market. And I just want to address that head on. What does that mean for Ferrum? What does that mean for our stakeholders? How are we handling these trying times? And how am I handling these trying times? So that's what I want to focus on today. I had an amazing meetup yesterday with one of our coworkers. I'm actually visiting in LA. He lives in LA. We sat down and I told him, June, I'm actually more bullish on Ferrum today than I ever have been. And he was like, wow, how is that possible? Look at the price. Look, forget the price for a minute. If you look at Ferrum today compared to even 4 or 5 months ago, it's like night and day. Let's just start with the team. The team has grown tremendously. We've added probably about 10 people. We're close to about 20 to 25 full and part-time staff on Ferrum. All amazing people in their own right, adding a ton of value. And I'm very thankful to have them on the team. But when you think about that growth, why did we grow so much? Well, our businesses have grown. The staking business continues to sign up 2 or 3 clients a week. Anti-bot service is continuing to pick up speed. Teams want it. We've been able to deploy it successfully nearly I'd say around 10 times now, and it's a product that teams continue to come to us for. There's of course the incubator, which I know it's a difficult market right now. Pre-sales maybe not as high demand for them as there once was a few months back, but they're still performing well. I mean, look at Network yesterday. I think it's probably sitting at least 5x from where our pre-sale prices were, and those are frankly, I think those are awesome returns given the market conditions we saw yesterday. And we have many, many more projects in the pipeline, probably 4 or 5 that are still in stealth mode. And we're continuing to push that side of the business and, of course, evolve those projects with things like token economics to fit these market conditions. So we know what's going on, and we're really doing our best to help solve some of the problems we're seeing in terms of pre-sale demand and so on. So all of those businesses have their own teams and team leaders and divisions, and they're growing, and we're scaling. We're hiring more people literally every day. I've had having 2 interviews next week. We'll be doing a whole job posting publicly very soon. So Ferrum from a business standpoint is doing great, and I'm super proud of where we were at. Where we're at today versus where we were at say a year ago, when we had maybe one profitable line of business. Now there's 3, and then a 4th is coming with respect to the token bridge. Now, the challenge I think we have is that the success of the products and the business have not been translating effectively to the token. And so we have a solution for that as well. We're going to be announcing in the coming days a new initiative we're calling Iron Melt. Shout out to one of our governance committee members who came up with that name, but I think it's extremely accurate. It is a 3-part initiative involving buybacks, burning, and burning Ferrum, and an awesome new DeFi product that we're going to launch, which directly allows token holders and Ferrum supporters to share in the growth and the success of the businesses in a decentralized DeFi way. So that's going to be announced in the coming days. Of course, we also have the Twitter back now. New websites coming, looks awesome. We'll start sharing some previews of that in the coming days. And then, of course, we have the launch of the new token bridge. The token bridge is actually extremely critical to our new push to ensure that, again, the success of Ferrum businesses is accruing to the token holders. And we'll be explaining how that works in articles and other marketing materials in the coming days ahead. But essentially, fees that users pay to swap assets across chain will be paid in Ferrum, and that Ferrum is going to be burned. And if you're looking at tens of thousands of swaps a day, which is quite possible, um, that can end up being really an excellent source of utility, an excellent source of sort of a deflationary pressure. So that's a part of the iron melt initiative that I wanted to just touch on. Um, but again, where we're at today versus where we were at even 3 months ago when the token price was far higher, we're in a such better place fundamentally. And so if you believe in fundamentals, if you are able to take a long-term view of things, then Ferrum is actually in a stronger place now than we ever have been. Believe it or not. I know it is hard to believe when you look at the prices of Ferrum and Ferrumex, but the truth is we are in an incredibly strong position. So that's Ferrum. We're more than just an incubator. We have valuable technology that's used by over 100 projects use Ferrum's technology, and we generate tremendous revenue from that. Now the key is to ensure that that revenue is accruing to the token holders so that we all share in the benefits of our success. That was one of the missing pieces, and I'm really looking forward to rolling out the Iron Melt initiative and then introducing more initiatives with that same theme of really tying those benefits, tying the success of Ferrum to the benefit of the token holder. So that's what's coming up. These things are happening in the very near future. An Iron Melt initiative is getting announced this week. Token Bridge demos for our prospective clients. By the way, this is going to be a white label product, generates revenue, et cetera. There's already a lot of demand for it. We'll be doing demos this upcoming week. Again, the website is looking awesome. I think that was one challenge too that we had, is that Ferrum had evolved so much since last summer when we made that website that a lot of it was outdated, frankly. And so we need to update that, add things, redo the designs, make it look a lot nicer. And that's what we've done. And you'll be seeing previews of that hopefully this week as well. So again, a lot coming up, a lot to be excited about. If you believe in fundamentals and take a long-term view, I think we're in a great position sitting here today, believe it or not. But I wanted to touch on the overall market as well, because we can't just ignore the fact that the psychological toll that having your portfolio drop so dramatically, that toll that it takes on people, that's serious, and I think it's worth addressing head on. A couple things to note before we dive into, I think, the more the psychological elements of it. And by the way, this is not financial advice. This is partially how I deal with these challenging markets, and partially, reiterating what professionals and others say. But I think it also bears understanding that when you look at the price of Ferrum, yes, it's not pleasant to see the price having gone down so much from all-time highs. I think it's consistent with the overall markets and overall altcoins. But B, when you look at still the benefits that holding Ferrum can confer on you vis-a-vis the pre-sale opportunities, they actually kind of it mitigates those sort of paper losses that you might be seeing in your portfolio. Because look at Network, for instance, launched yesterday on one of the bloodiest weeks in recent memory, on one of the bloodiest days in recent memory, with FUD coming out of China and so forth, and it still did quite well for the Ferrum investors. And so if you look at it from that standpoint, it's like, oh, so I still got 5x or something like that, or maybe even higher at one point, for holding Ferrum and investing in Network. That has made up largely for any sort of losses on my portfolio vis-a-vis holding Ferrum. So I think when you zoom out, you see that, look, this is still an awesome opportunity as long as you believe in these projects from a fundamental standpoint, which I do. And I, of course, encourage everyone to do their research and make decisions for themselves. That's a must. But if you believe in a project like Network for the long term, I think, in my view, everything should be perceived as fine. It still did well. I think it's going to continue to do well as time goes on, as the market recovers. And I think hopefully this week will be a distant memory in the not too distant future. So I think it's important to understand that, look, the opportunities are still there vis-a-vis holding Ferrum and getting in these pre-sales. Difficult to find these kind of returns elsewhere, frankly. but I understand folks need to make financial decisions and make sense for themselves. And this is never financial advice, just how I view things, and wanted to, you know, connect the dots a little bit for people. So I wanted to touch on as well how I personally deal with a challenging market like this. Look, I've lost a lot of value in my portfolio too, and it hurts, right? It's stressful. Um, Negativity and doubt can creep in. And I'm a very bullish person. I'm a very positive person, and even I'm not immune to negativity thoughts, negative thoughts when the prices start to struggle across the board, and the portfolio is very, very red. That said, a couple things I like to do when we're in these situations. One, you take the long view. If you look at the arc of cryptocurrency, and we're talking about the big caps, Bitcoin, Ethereum, historically, the prices continue to go up given enough time, right? So, yes, we have down years, we have bear markets, but given enough time, it rebounds and hits all-time highs again. So, I know it's maybe cheesy, but hodl, patience, these things can be your friend in many respects, right? And so if you zoom out and say, look, I have a 3-year time horizon on my investments, what happens any given week or day starts to matter less. So I would always encourage folks, look, find fundamentally strong projects that you believe in for the long term. Don't look at your portfolio nonstop. Another thing too is, look, there's more to life than investing in money. I know that might sound strange coming from a guy who founded a cryptocurrency project, but I truly believe it. You know, there are things that are far more important than just money. I got to be honest with you. Spend time with family, spend time with friends, reconnect with old people you haven't seen because it's been coronavirus and you haven't seen your friends or family in a long time. Maybe go continue with a hobby. Find something you're passionate about, dive into something new, right? Don't just sit in front of your computer all day obsessing over gains and losses. That goes for bull markets, frankly, and that especially goes for bear markets. This is an opportunity to ground yourself, connect to what matters. Look, crypto will be here no matter what when you get back. Yes, it'll be ups and downs, but the market is not going anywhere. Find strong, fundamentally strong projects that you believe in, and weather that storm. Don't make decisions based purely on panic and fear. Take your time, assess the situation, assess your financial condition. Don't rush into decisions based on temporary things that are happening within the market. That's, again, not financial advice. This is what I do. This is how I deal with challenging markets like this. And I just feel it's important to convey some of that to the Ferrum community. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we've reassured folks, maybe not, but we're here for you. If you guys ever have any concerns about anything, you can reach out to an admin, you can reach out to myself. I want to just make folks understand, look, we're doing everything we can, everything in our power to grow this business, confer the value on our token holders, and make sure that we can survive any sort of downturn. And we're stronger when it comes, the market comes roaring back, which I think it will in the not too distant future. So with that, I got to run. I got a phone call with a big project right now, talking about a huge partnership. Looking forward to all the marketing that's coming up around the token bridge. We're going to be on TikTok soon. You're going to be seeing funny dances. Just kidding. Maybe not. We'll see. Everything's all good, folks. I just want everyone to take a deep breath. We're in this together. We're going to be fine. We'll get through it. And if you need anything, you know where to find us. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support and your time for watching this. Until next time, see you.